What is up, everybody? Hope you guys are all doing well. My name is Dominic Ferry, and if you guys don't know who I am, I'm a magician with over a decade of experience traveling all over the US and performing my magic. Now, I apologize, I am a little bit hungover from the night before, but I still wanted to post on this channel, so here we are now. And I literally thought of what I wanted to film the day of. Normally I film my videos about like a day before posting, but we're kind of in a rush right now because it's literally today that I'm filming this video. But I don't want to take too much of your time with the intro because I've gotten a lot of comments saying that, so I'm just going to move right into the performance, which is a second deal, and then after I'm going to be teaching you guys exactly how it's done. Stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed that performance, and now we're going to move into the tutorial on it. Keep in mind, I am not the best at second dealing. I was taught by a mentalist, however, I have improved over the course of a couple years doing this. I think I've been doing second deals for maybe 4 or 5 years now. Like I said, I'm not the best at it, but this is a perfect, I guess, little tutorial for you guys to get started with it. What I do is I start with the ace on top of the deck to kind of give you a little reference to make sure you guys are doing it right. I hold the deck in Mechanic's grip, and this is Mechanic's grip right here, where you hold 3 fingers on this side, your middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. Index finger comes on top, and your thumb to get ready to deal cards. So that's the basic Mechanic's grip right there. You guys are also getting the over the shoulder kind of angle there, so that way you guys can kind of see the behind the scenes. But let me know if I need to do some like different angles because I want to make sure you guys are getting, you know, as much exposure as possible, learning as much as you can. But anyways, this is the general gist of the second deal. Which is that obviously you are dealing the card underneath the top card. Some people are able to do like deals like that. I'm not really that good at it. I'm just, you know, into this kind of deal right here. What you do is just like a normal deal, you're gonna have the card out, you know, getting ready to grab it. And I like to use the muscle of my left hand to kind of be like a pivot point for the card. So it's kind of wedged in there. So that way when the card is dealt, it kind of rotates against that muscle there. And the card will come out and it'll pivot. And obviously, instead of grabbing the top card, you're gonna grab the card underneath it. And you're gonna use your right thumb for that to grip the card. It's gonna pull out. And as soon as you pull out, you're gonna move the top card back in. So you're in this position right here. And the card comes out. The most important thing with the second deal is the angles. Obviously you can see in the performance that I tilt my hand up as I grab the card. You don't want to tilt it too much to where they see the card, but tilt it enough to where the top of the deck is in line, kind of pointing at their eyes a little bit. So if I do it from this angle, that's about the best to do the second deal. And obviously your hand, it's going to be a natural gesture. Your hand's going to come up and down. You don't want to bring your hand down too early because they're going to catch this. And you also don't want to bring it in too late either. It's a nice little, after the card has been cleared of the deck, you can then relax your hand back down. So it's a very natural gesture, up, down, just like that. And I like to add like a little twirl to the card. And with the card face up, you can see that the card gets pushed over. My hand comes up. I grab the card. At the same time, my left hand is going to drag that card back in. And once the card is cleared of it, my hand relaxes back down and I can go ahead and deal the card out. Now, there's a few common problems with the second deal and some that I still experience to this day, which is not able to grab the card. And what I found is that if you relax your left hand a little bit you can grab the card easier. You don't want to obviously be doing this in performance because then it looks very suspicious. It's a very natural gesture of just grabbing the card. And what I did right there is another common problem as well. And I recommend using a little bit of a newer deck when you're starting out the second deal, because commonly what will happen is when you drag that card, you'll pick off a few more cards and it looks like this, and that's a situation you don't want to be in. You can square them up a little bit in like the heat of the moment if you have to. Sometimes I've gotten away with it, but you don't want to have, you know, that card even so much as this, like where it's like coming out just a little bit, that you don't want that. You want it to be completely squared as soon as the card clears. You want the deck to be completely in line. So there are two common problems, like I said. This, where you can't grab the card, it's because you're gripping the deck a little bit too much. You want to relax your hand a little bit on it. Not too much, because then you're gonna end up with a situation where you grab multiple cards, but you'll test it out, and over time you'll figure out how you need to, or how much pressure you need. And the pressure is mainly coming from your left thumb or whatever hand you're using for this. I think I can do it with the other hand as well. Fun fact about me, I actually started out using cards in my right hand, even though I found out years later that you should be, if you're right-handed, holding the cards in your left and grabbing with your dominant hand. So it is definitely a switch for me. I've been using my left hand for the past year now. But I've been doing Magic for 15 years, and 14 of those years have been in my right hand. So my second deal looks a little bit better in my right hand than it does in my left hand, but obviously I'm trying to not train myself to do that. I'm trying to switch over to the left hand, so sometimes I still encounter problems, but like I said, going back to the actual tutorial, your pressure is mainly coming from your left thumb, so you don't want to add too much pressure, because when you add too much pressure, even there, you know, I'm pushing away two cards at the same time. And that's actually another second deal. I don't know how to do it as well, but it looks like that. Some people are able to push off two cards as one and, you know, grab it. I'm not an expert at that, so I'm not really interested in using it. However, maybe one day I'll learn it, but the only second deal that I'm, I guess, okay at is that one right there. Now you could be watching other tutorials that give you better explanations, but this is a good beginner's kind of tutorial on it. And then obviously as you get better at the second deal, you know, there will be better ways to do the second deal as you get better at it, you know, but this is the initial thing that I learned how to do. Like I said, I was taught by a mentalist on this, so it's probably not the best explanation, probably not the best teacher for me. However, I've used it in like any card at any number, so if somebody names like the number 12, I would use a second deal to get to that number, or if they name 5, you know, you can get to it there. But I'm not like I said, I'm not an expert on card cheating, so I've seen people that are like really good in person. I've seen them, you know, they do it right in front of me. They don't even tilt the cards. They do it literally right in front of me. And I think those are borderless cards. If you're planning on using the cards for card cheating, which I don't recommend you do, definitely don't use bordered cards. Bicycle decks have a white border around them so they can see this, right? Very commonly. You don't want that. You want a, I think they're called borderless decks. So that way it looks a lot cleaner. But he was using a borderless deck, and I saw him cleanly doing second deals, just tossing them out, and I was absolutely dumbfounded by it. It looks so clean. But just to review some things and some common mistakes again, for those of you who are still grasping this, we're going to keep the top card face up for this. The thumb pad is going to be the pivotal point where the card is going to rotate on its axis, I guess you could say. And the right thumb is going to come in, grab the second card. As the card is pulling out, your left thumb is going to come in to square that card up. And once the card is clear, you can go ahead and toss it. And the angles are obviously the most important. You want to tilt up as you do it, and come down. Sometimes I accidentally tilt down a little bit too early, and you don't want this to be shown, right? You want to tilt up and then let your left hand drop. Now, some common mistakes, again, don't make a habit of accidentally trying to grab an imaginary card every 2 seconds. You don't want to get into a situation like that. That's because you're using too much pressure with your thumb. Relax a little bit, and you should be a little bit better at it. The other common mistake is grabbing a little bit more than one card, and you get a situation like this happening. So you don't want that to happen either. You want to practice it a few times, so that way when you're doing the second deal, and even there I'm doing it right now, you want to practice it over and over and over again, so that way you're good for performances. Now, why are second deals helpful? The reason why to me they are very helpful is because they've gotten me out of very bad situations, to where, let's say I'm doing an ambitious card routine and somebody is saying to me, I think the card is still on top. Well, then I can be like, no, it's not on top. It's not even second from the top, or is it on the bottom? It's actually somewhere in the middle of the deck or something like that. Whatever scripting you could say there, but it's gotten me out of situations like that. It's also a very useful sleight of hand technique within the any card to any number concept. Commonly, because I'm a mentalist, I do use the any card and any number a lot. It's one of my favorite. It's literally the holy grail of card magic, in my opinion. But I use psi forces for it. I psychologically force the number as well as the card itself. And if it's off by 1, let's say the number I'm trying to force is 17, and they say the number 18, well, then you can count. Here, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a demonstration on it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're gonna put the ace of spades in the 10th position. So let's say I've successfully psychologically forced the ace of spades, and they say the number 11. Well, then you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you could see there that I did the second deal there. Now, second deals are obviously originating within the card cheating game. So say I had 2 aces and I put one of them, let's say I'm stacking the deck, right? What I would do here is second deal, second deal, second deal, deal myself that first ace, second deal, second deal, second deal, deal myself the second ace. So that way I would have pocket aces in a game. And I'll go into a little bit more videos on that. I actually do want to do a future video teaching you guys how to stack cards. But yes, my recommendation is to practice this over and over and over again, and hopefully you get better at it. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My Instagram is somewhere right here, and I'll be happy to help with any questions that you guys might have. But other than that, that is the end of this tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did filming and producing it. I always have a lot of fun making videos for this channel, and I hope you guys enjoy the content that I'm bringing you guys. But I'm going to be seeing you guys again this Saturday, I believe, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., around that time with a new video. And keep in mind, my last video I talked about the 12-pack bicycle deck that I'm going to be giving away, so just stay tuned, like the videos if you guys enjoy them, comment down some of your thoughts and insight, and then subscribe if you guys are new, and also turn on those bells for notifications so that as soon as I post, you guys will see it right away. But anyways, without further ado, I will bid you guys farewell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.